Can't see. So she goes up on my teeth. The cracks too. I am Bewinarkeys is a celestial oracle that proffers a sacred discerning disclaimer against the veils of ignorance, the enigma of the unknown, and the intrusions of lower vibrational entities. Before seekers delve deeply into personal interpretations, I gracefully advise you to embark upon purchasing a personal interpretation, emphasizing that my cosmic service is inextricably aligned with the cosmic forces. The universe in its benevolence compensates me generously. Transcending the nuances of mortal concerns, my unexampled personality serves as a celestial embellishment accompanying each cosmic transaction, which is why I am not concerned with what the next being is doing. In my cosmic perspective, time unfolds as a mirage. These messages are to reveal themselves precisely when the cosmic forces decree. Understand, these celestial messages are unburdened by the terrestrial constraints, transcends the realm of the mental, physical, sexual, spiritual, financial, literal, and educational dimensions. You are entreated to distill resonance, embracing the cosmic cadence while leaving behind what does not align. So allow me to express my wisdom without reservations. Some of you derive great satisfaction in the serenity of your home. Some of you have such profound relationships with yourself. Some of you are desiring unions of hearts, but as you navigate the depths of your own inner awareness, illumination is reflecting an unready soul. You are only inclined towards a relationship because your alternative choices were dismissive of your worth. They were not valuing the value you bring. You know they're a non-committal person at heart. Some of you are coming out of this stagnant energy. Many of you will be traveling internationally. Just pack safe. Some of you are at odds with your ego. You want to nurture frivolous concerns, and your higher self is warranting you not to do so. Some of you are weighing the merits of forsaking initial plans you made to maximize your time elsewhere. If you were to annul on an arrangement last minute, it will inadvertently evoke the impression you are favoring alternative prospects, especially if you never cancel plans. They don't know that you have been traversing paths that are divergent from your usual disposition. You have a profound sense of obligation to be proactive in guaranteeing the fruition of your set objectives. If you are making plans to have someone over and another person has access to your home, that person is going to lose their mind in the event they find you creeping. It was weird too because I wasn't getting the connection being anything like too serious. You know, it was like a mild connection that you have. Some of you are going to be sharing mutual expressions of intimacy on an initial encounter. Ensure you guys keep things safe. It is indeed all fun and games until you retain something incurable. So yeah, employ preventative measures against persistent health concerns. Some of you are realizing that you are extremely stable and are missing a kindred spirit, a soulmate. You feel like the only melody missing in the symphony of your life is the harmonious tune of a soulmate's companionship. I felt like, I was like Edgar Allan Poe's daughter when I came, without it. Like, you don't take that. Nah. All right. So let me say that one again because I was feeling that one. Some of you are realizing you are extremely stable and are missing a kindred spirit, a solid soulmate. You feel like the only melody missing in the symphony of your life is the harmonious tune of a soulmate's companionship. You're welcome. Some of you are watching me but feel like the swift speed of physical involvement before meaningful connection are disingenuous and is not considered for a serious commitment. Employ discernment by unraveling the intricacies of the person's initials, essential values, and priorities before committing to your own sentiment. You may find someone fulfill all the prerequisites and still wander outside the relationship because their sensual appetite is not being satisfied. Some of you must foster reflective insight. You must be conscious that the sentiments you hold dear may act as an unintentional constraint on love's development. Some of you are dealing with someone who is seasoned with love. This person remains convinced that The quality of love that you two share is still unmatched. They have known the embrace of love a time or two. They would wager their life that your love transcends any that they have encountered. So congratulations on making history in love. You're welcome. Despite the desire for companionship, some of you are making a deliberate choice to allow the codependent tendencies to emerge in another interaction. The current circumstance necessitates a momentary pause in the journey of love, perhaps signaling an opportunity, to further enlightenment. Who knows? Some of you may have someone passing by your residence, attempting to discern any signs of company, but to their avail, there is no one there. They cannot even see your car. Your prudent behavior keeps this person content. Their spectrum of joy is elusive, though, because their involvement is not part of the equation. You get me? Some of you have placed someone in great disbelief. If you are speaking to them, they anticipated their past course of action being a non-recurrent occurrence. You could have experienced a weekend of pure bliss. You can anticipate the joyous arrival of a newborn into your life's narrative with this upcoming calendar cycle. Congrats in advance. Or congratulations if you're already, into the year with it. You know what I mean? For men that's watching, your person prefer if you slid in unhurried and go deep. You're welcome. Exercise caution. Someone has strategically planned a potential family aimed at securing your commitment, which is also a form of manipulation. But they envision a commitment that spans the entirety of your lives, characterized by a continual outpour of spoils and endearments. I ain't mad at you, Bobby. Within the collective, some of you are harboring akin desires. I advise you to cultivate concordance to ensure both of you are in tune to the same wavelength. Highly advised. Someone deems you to be a high risk for them because you possess the potential to wield an influence that could detrimentally impact the core of their being. The echoes of heartbreak reverberate in their emotional repertoire, and their profound fractures of a broken soul. God forbid somebody's skull is getting broken. Let me knock on my table. You get me? But yeah, the echoes of heartbreak reverberate in their emotional repertoire, and the profound fractures of a broken soul remains yet in uncharted territory. The seriousness of the impending proposal is substantiated by the evident struggle to break free from the grip of your influence. Yeah, it'll be some time. Some of you are navigating 2024 with a heightened sense of intentionality and purpose. Some of you are grappling with the task of relinquishing elements that fail to contribute to your holistic flourishment. Some of you have someone who wants you to overcompensate for the bare minimum and do not. Foster an environment where individuals are motivated to uphold and sustain their beliefs about your nature. So do not overcompensate. Instead, foster that environment where individuals are motivated to uphold and sustain their beliefs about your nature. Some of you would be delighted to unveil your latest creative endeavors and innovative notions to someone, or you could have someone feel this way towards you. Whomever the individual who held the spotlight in your introspections for those compact seconds is the energy I was exactly speaking of. You guessed it. Some of you must understand you cannot grasp water, but it's in the soil. You cannot touch fire, but it is within the tree. You cannot hold the wind, but it rests on the rock. If you allow them to be, they will be everywhere. The faint blue light makes me sigh. My white breath turns into snow and gather like tears, so I cannot drop it but hide it away. Despite knowing they will well up once again, I am the fool who does not share a single tear. So you could be writing a love letter to someone. In the silent chambers of a personal evolution, there are a few people who's engaged in a poignant battle against their past lives. I'll say their past lives, their past selves, in all pursuit of weaving beautiful memories with you. Someone approach will be in the form of a love letter. Some of you are having reservations about a job. In the realm of a professional anticipation lingers a sense of concern regarding the possibility of a job, extending communication, or offering post-interview follow-up. Perhaps intricate navigations of personal change has precipitated an unforeseen strain, imparting an additional layer of complexity to your work life. Some of you thoroughly investigate conceivable avenues, and somehow it has always been accompanied by outcomes that diverge from the meticulously laid out framework. It hindered your enthusiasm for strategic planning. And I understand, overstand, and sometimes I understand with you. But understand, no one plans to fail, okay? It just happens, right? We're not gonna dwell on the problems, I'm big on solutions. So adopt the cognitive practice of neutralizing every negative thought through the disciplined generation of 3 encouraging and uplifting considerations, okay? Gonna combat that real quick. You're welcome. You must exonerate expectations. You must avoid anticipation of healed behavior from someone whose journey is marked by the echoes of unaddressed turmoil. You must exercise prudence. Avoid anticipating truthfulness from people who craft their internal narrative with the brushstrokes of self-deceit. You must not anticipate sincerity from people who do not approach their own identity with a sense of seriousness. You must not anticipate unwavering loyalty in the absence of a committed relationship. There has been subtle change in the relationship dynamics for some of you. It appears to someone who initially suggested a non-serious connection has taken a keen interest in you. The false narratives associated with your name has crumbled with the passage of time, beckoning suitors to strategically position themselves for potential connections. For potential suitors, but for potential connections. Some of you can't be left alone with someone because it would inadvertently bring to the forefront a profound connection that you guys had fostered through shared experiences. Someone is pondering whether or not the act of divulging in y'all's emotions to such an extent is considered appropriate within the societal norms governing communal interactions. Some of you have exceptional abilities you possess, if carefully honed, would serve as a catalyst for the accumulation of considerable wealth. Someone knows their expiration of their tenure is evident. Their attempt to reintegrate into your life is accompanied by a half-hearted effort to minimize the impact of their past deeds. But again, that's your prerogative, okay? Some of you could have found yourself in the embrace of an introspective solitude. You have been choosing to overlook external calls without an internal resonance. You have been indulging in the sanctuary of contemplative reflection, and I love that for you. I truly do. I love that for you. Some of you well informed with what is going to be going down in your next sexual encounter. They know where you want it and know that you are going to go to their favorite position too. I'm just emphasizing what it is you already know, okay? Some of you foster deep concern because the path or plan is not made clear. Be assured, this momentary shadow is fleeting with the swift reappearance of the light on the horizon. Take solace, okay? Someone is making a conscious effort to marginalize emotional facets, avoiding sincere reflections on you in a profound manner. Nonetheless, when pondering the prospect of settling down, your presence becomes unmistakable. They possess a keen awareness of the emotions you hold, signifying a poised silence, as they refrain from revealing their own innermost feelings. My charger. Yo, my laptop is going low, baby. Baby is going low, so I gotta get it right. You good, though. There we go, we're back in business. Okay. They possess a keen awareness of the emotions you hold, signifying a poised silence as they refrain from revealing their own innermost feelings. Poised, posed, potato, tomato, and alligator still gonna alligate, so don't come for me. Point blank, period, and I'm from the swamps. Straight out the book, babe. I love the Louisiana. Yeah, that may be partially true. I get that you're reluctant to embrace the love this person wishes to offer, considering the incongruence between their emotional qualifications and the demands of such a significant duty. Some of you feel like someone has an observable tendency to approach y'all encounters as monthly episodes, simultaneously hinting at the prospect of a more substantial and enduring connection. Some of you harbor a misconception about your ex. You think they find it hard to fathom a serious relationship with you, or questions the depths of love within their current emotional state. The perception is misguided. As they explore other avenues, presuming your commitment is only a temporary inclination. It is apparent that their anxieties encompass the notion of your potential departure, influenced by the appeal of someone with superior financial resources or a more profound intellect. They have contemplated renewing an alliance. They convey a readiness to provide you two an earnest opportunity, yet they yearn for assurance regarding the authenticity of your commitment. They have acknowledged the potential pain of loving profoundly and the looming risk of falling deeper for you this time. This person is also hiding from you that there's cognizance in their understanding that entertains the idea of your potential growth beyond them, propelled by the intricate and diverse dimensions of your multifaceted nature. So they already gave thought to you being able to outgrow them, or you potentially outgrowing them if you have not already outgrown them. I'm just a messenger, people. Some of you have folk questioning the nature of your desires when it comes to someone of their own kind. Some of you are experiencing someone play with you in your face, despite standing as the pinnacle of desirability and the prime choice amongst their suitors. Their actions veer away from acknowledging this reality. Instead, you must approach your relational engagement with circumspections. Avoid alliances with people who do not possess the strength to embrace love authentically or the maturity to convey their emotions effectively. Some people would not grasp the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Some of you have someone under the impression they are in control over a situation, while they reveling in their perception of control. You silently and decisively obtain closure amid their moments of immaturity. Some of you are learning through the lens of difficult lessons to discern the motivations that attract people to you. Understand the acknowledgement of attractiveness does not inherently establish a congruence of mutual interest. Okay, let me say this again. Understand the acknowledgement of attractiveness does not inherently establish a congruence of mutual interests. They may be interested in you for distinctive premises. Okay, y'all, when I had them while they're reveling, I don't go back and reread it. But when I be seeing grammatical errors where I'm supposed to be in a, comma there, it's out of habit. Because I just be seeing them. It's just what we do. Some of you have inclinations to hyper fantasy, magnifying the visual appeal of those you find intriguing, often at the expense of deeper consideration. So you hyper fantasize off of surface levels and you do it at the expense of deep consideration. You in that store for that butter. That man said they ain't got no butter in the truck, don't come until Wednesday, and it's Monday. You gonna stand in the store and wait until the day, come? Or you gonna go find that butter? Don't be sitting there in deep consideration. Like, do I really want to wait until Wednesday for the butter? You gotta cook tonight. Yeah. Get the butter. Go find the butter. You don't have time for deep contemplation. Accept what is and move on. You get me? You're welcome. Some of you have someone coming into your life who will have reservations around cellular access. They may be reluctant as it pertains to that. The inclination to keep phones private may signify an incomplete commitment spectrum, implying a diverse desire for engagements beyond exclusive connections. I said what I said. Someone's actions or method of executions carry an air of caution, stemming from an assumption that you are privy to certain details. Some of you have someone who maintains an unwavering presence in your life, embodying a sincere connection that, although not explicitly committed, conveys an unspoken desire for your exclusivity. Now, what is that? You need to know what it is when you sign up. You need to know what it is when you sign up. No, for real. En serio. Some of you watching me are now not interested in individuals from your earlier phases. When you get into contemplation, you are met with reservations as the uncertainty surrounding substantial change remains a central concern. Some of you are utilizing fake identification cards, trying to drown out the parts of you that are distasteful. Some of you thought you loved the person until you were introduced into their friend. The introduction to their friend has influenced a recalibration of your feelings, resulting in a strain on a bond you once shared with the person you thought you loved. You have someone who wants to convey truthfulness, balanced with a reluctance based on belief that honesty could lead to confusion, and preserving the beauty in the connection is a priority to them. Some of you have been finding yourselves in a state of audible self-dialogue, with certain revelations resulting in you lifting your brows. Listen, I'm proud that you're having self-dialogues, because if you don't be honest with yourself, then who you gonna be honest with? If you don't know how you feel, then who you gonna tell how you feel? If you don't know what it is you feel, so talk to yourself first and foremost, and give it over to your deities. But I'm proud of you. Okay. For your next physical encounter, it will be indoors. You will order in takeout. This person's sexual acumen implies an inherent expectation of experiencing orgasms, offering an enticing opportunity for those who may have not done so previously. Face. Some of you are fatigued by love's counterfeits. You aspire to encounter an authenticity that provides a foundation for genuine solace in moments of vulnerability. Some of you have strong social circles composed of people unafraid to hold you accountable, checking your ego in a manner that catalyzes continuous self-improvement. I love that for you. Some of you are on the quest for healthier outlets, fueled by the realization that the depths of your concern remain largely unheard within the current auditory landscape. Some of you think, apart from the sources that you sustain your soul, a sector of your inner realm confronts a growing cold, born out of the realization that profound understanding is a rare commodity. Yeah, I was trying to contemplate whether or not I was going to answer the water. I'm only explaining because I've been in my AM for a minute. You know what I'm saying? You better know it. It's coming in. All right. Some of you think apart from the sources that sustain your soul, a sector of your inner realm confronts a growing cold, born out of the realization that profound understanding is a rare commodity. Did I nail it for you? Oh, didn't I do it for you? Face. Some of you begin speaking to someone again. If you did so with the proposition for physical engagement, it went without a whisper of emotional acknowledgement, invoking a state of uncertainty in this person. The unspoken resonance within their thoughts reveals a profound desire to be in a seamless accord and understand you. Through the ebb and flow of disappearances, your unmistakable imprint endured, solidifying your status as the one they would share their last name with. Understand, in the stronghold of your relationship, an impenetrable connection will thrive, yet external factors may seek to challenge its durability. Some of you have someone with an audacious presence, and the other favoring a low-key approach, yet they both are deeply invested in the domain of business in pursuing a legitimate future with you. You're welcome. Okay, guys, that will conclude the video. Happy New Year's for those who celebrate New Year's for the January 1, and we're awaiting our New Year for those who celebrate, later on in the year. Yeah. Hope y'all have a blessed night. More love, more life, more light. Baby, may peace be upon you. I'm really gotta go now. Good night.